Hi, my name is Lena. I work in a retirement home as a dietary server, and today I'm going to be telling you all about why you should be interested in being a retirement home worker. First, I'm going to take you through the average day, and then I'm going to be talking to you about the more emotional side and what it's like. So let's get started with a typical day. My shift starts as a typical 6 a.m. wake up. Up, out of bed, get ready, out of the house by 6:30 and at work by 7 a.m. The first priority is breakfast. So the first thing I have to do is prep the porridge. Secondly, I have to make sure that all the toasters are turned on and heating up, and then I have to prep the specialty breakfast of the day. Since I get to work at 7 and breakfast doesn't start till 7:45, I have a little bit of time in between. I like to use this time to prep my desserts for later on in the afternoon. Next, it's time for breakfast. Once breakfast is all finished, it's time for the dishes. We have to clear the tables off and wash them all. And that's a lot of dishes. Then, it's time for my personal favorite part of the day, the food prep. At my retirement home, we have a lot of residents with a lot of unique food needs. In order to accommodate this, we have a lot of alternates available for every meal. So that includes different things like salads, sandwiches, and if they ask for it, they can even have some eggs. I personally really enjoy making the alternates every single day. There's just something really exciting about going into the fridge and thinking, what can I put on this person's salad today? Once I finish the alternates, I get to move on to the main dessert of the day. This could be absolutely anything from cakes to fruit cocktails. I also get to have a lot of fun with any presentation. You get to decorate the plate, which is really fun for me because I really want to be a food photographer someday. So at 11:30, it's time for lunch. Part of my job is to serve the soup. Afterwards, I get to help serve the main meal, and then I get to deliver the joy of dessert. Once lunch is all finished, I get to help reset the tables for dinner. Once I'm finished that, all I have to do is restock their little activity room so they always have fresh muffins and hot tea and coffee to drink. Then, by 2:15, I'm headed home. Now I'm going to get a little bit more personal about what it's really like to work in a retirement home. There's the ups and downs, of course, like there is to every job. I'm going to start with the positive things. The first thing is that it's a really feel-good kind of job. After a while, they all get to know you. They get really excited to see you. And, you get to feel like you're really making a difference in someone's life. Even something as simple as a smile or a good morning, that can really make their day. We actually have one resident that all he asks for is a tiny little container of pickles, and he's told my boss that if he gets that, it can make his entire day. And that's just like 3 slices of pickle. It really puts things into perspective. Next, the people are lovely. Of course, the residents are always so nice and so sweet. They love to tell us all about how great we're doing, and we're always running all over the place. I know that I've had many residents tell me to slow down because I'm always running everywhere. Many end up being curious about us, asking about our personal lives. I have no problem sharing it, of course, but it's really interesting hearing their side as well. There's some of them that are old enough to have lived through wars. One of the residents, she actually connected with me more on a personal level, I guess, because she found out that I'm into photography, and she's actually very into photography herself. She's brought me back to her room and showed me all of her beautiful pictures that she's taken around the world. She shared so many stories about her adventures with her husband when they went around, and every single picture she could look at and just describe it, and it was just a really amazing experience. And of course, my coworkers, they are very amazing. They put in a lot of hard work to do everything they can for all the residents. But not only that, they are also insanely weird. But you'd think working at a retirement home would be a little boring, but not mine. But it definitely helps in the type of environment that we work in. It's always nice to have some laughs. Now, the main downside of working at this job is obviously you're working with older people. Being in the kitchen, you don't really see it as much as the nursing side would, but that doesn't make it any less hard. It's not as much seeing it as it is not seeing people come down for meals anymore, finding out that they've passed away from being in the hospital. In a way, it helps to not see it physically happen. It's still really hard to know that you're not going to see somebody anymore, especially if you've gained such a rep with them, and just not seeing them anymore just becomes very weird. I find encountering death, though, seeing it more, it helps you become more at peace with it. So all in all, my job is a very feel-good type of job. You get to know that you're making a difference. You get to know that you're making somebody happy. And if you really like making people happy, this is like the perfect job for you. Dealing with the death part is hard, of course. But I like to think if you're the reason that somebody passed away happily or got to live longer because of how happy they were, I think that makes the job worth it in the end.